Hey guys, welcome back to Affordable. Now today I got a countdown for you guys, the top 5 best transfers of this summer. Now the things I'm going to be considering is obviously the price of the player, how much does the player improve the team, and also how difficult it was to sign the player. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now number 5 we have Dembele. Now I have said this a bunch of times and I think Dembele is one of the best promises for the future. He only spent 1 year in Borussia Dortmund, and in that year he already developed so much as a player, and at 20 years old obviously the sky is the limit. Now as far as how much he improves Barcelona, obviously he's coming to replace Neymar, and in those games that we saw Barcelona play without Neymar, we saw that Barcelona definitely needs a left forward that has some speed, good at passing, and that can attack the one-on-one, and I think that fits perfectly for Dembele. Obviously playing next to Messi and Suarez, he's gonna have a lot more space that he probably ever had in Borussia Dortmund, so he's definitely the player that Barcelona needed at that position. Now his price was definitely up there. I mean, he became the highest paid transfer in the Spanish league, so that's obviously one of the things that affects the transfer as far as ranking goes. Also, another reason why Dembele is not higher on this list is because, like I said again, he's a project for the future. So with any player that is developing, obviously you're hoping for the best, you're hoping that he becomes a superstar, and I think Dembele has everything to become that. That being said, things can go wrong and he might not pay off as a future star. But even with all of that, that doesn't take away from the fact that Barcelona got one of the best projects for the future. Now number 2 we have Leonardo Bonucci. Now Bonucci is a totally different case than Dembele. I mean, he's a solidified player. He's one of the best defenders in the world right now. He's at his prime, and what he's bringing to AC Milan is definitely leadership, personality. And with AC Milan going through this rebuilding process for the last couple of years, I think that what they're trying to do right now is basically trying to find their identity, and I feel that Bonucci is going to help on that. Again, you're getting a proven player that is going to make your defense better from the get-go. Also, being able to get him for 42 million euros, I think is a great price. One of the reasons for this is probably because AC Milan was able to make the signing in the beginning of the summer before the market went crazy and all the prices went up. So definitely a good job on AC Milan for being able to make the signing in the beginning of the summer. The transfer was also not too difficult. Bonucci had some problems with Juventus head coach, and because of that, Juventus was willing to let the player go this summer. And obviously AC Milan jumping the opportunity of 1, getting one of the best defenders, and 2, being able to steal a talented player away from one of their rivals. So definitely the transfer was a no-brainer. Now number 3 we have James Rodriguez. Now we know the James deal wasn't a transfer, it was actually a 2-year loan, but because of how good this deal is, I had to put it in. Also, there is an option for Bayern Munich to buy James after the 2-year loan, so this can become a transfer as well. Now if I was making this ranking just based on money, I would say that the James deal was definitely the best deal of the summer. The loan is for 2 years, which each year Bayern Munich has to pay Real Madrid 6.5 million euros, so in 2 years they have to pay a total of 13 million euros. Now for a loan that's pretty high, but for a superstar like James, for me that's honestly pretty cheap. Now on top of that, Bayern Munich has the option to buy James after the 2-year loan is over for 42 million euros. So at the end, if you add everything up, and obviously if Bayern Munich wants to buy James will end up costing Bayern Munich 55 million euros total. And that also includes a 2-year period where Bayern Munich can see if James actually can play in the team, if he can actually play in the Bundesliga. Because if they see that James just doesn't connect, or for some reason they just don't like James, they can just let James go back to Real Madrid after 2 years and only spend 13 million euros for that. Now people kind of forget how talented James is. I mean, the only problem that James had in Real Madrid was that there was an overbooking in the middle of the field. And even at the end, when they decided to sell James or just let James go, there was still a debate of which way they should go. Should they sell James? Should they sell Isco? Because every time that James got the chance to play, he played in a high level. So it's not like Bayern Munich is getting a player that might reach his high level again. Trust me, James with minutes, he's gonna be able to show how good he is. Also, he's only 26, so he's not even reached his prime yet. I mean, there is a reason why Real Madrid paid 90 million euros for James. And also, I feel like if Real Madrid can take back this deal, they would. Not to bring James back into Real Madrid because I think that they're good in the middle of the field, but just to get more money. I mean, this deal kind of took place in the beginning of the summer, and if Real Madrid would have waited for the end of the transfer window, I have no doubt that Real Madrid would have got at least 100 million euros for James. I mean, they got 80 million euros for Morata, so you're not gonna tell me that another club would not have paid 100 million euros to get James. So altogether, I feel like this is the best deal of the summer, getting a superstar for 55 million euros in total. And if that doesn't work out, you can just let him go after 2 years and just pay 30 million euros. Trust me, the way the market changed after the Neymar deal, I don't think no one is getting a deal like this one. Now, number 2, we have Mbappe. Now, I guess Mbappe is also not a transfer because he is coming to PSG as a loan for the first year, but PSG is obligated by contract to sign Mbappe next season for 180 million euros, so I guess at the end it still is a transfer. Now, what is also surprising about this deal is that at 180 million euros, this still is not the highest paid transfer this summer, but we will get into that later. Now, I will say that the big question with this transfer is he worth 180 million euros? Now, I guess Mbappe still is also another project of the future, but when you compare him with another promising player like Dembele, for example, Mbappe last season took Monaco to the semifinals of the Champions League. He also won the league title with Monaco, and that is something Dembele hasn't done yet. Dembele did not lead Borussia Dortmund into the Champions League. He also didn't win the Bundesliga with Borussia. So as far as talent goes, I will say Mbappe is definitely the most promising player in the future. Now, I have this belief in football, and that is that even knowing that you might hate Barcelona, you still have to watch them because you have to see Messi play. Because that might never happen again. A player like Messi doesn't come twice in a lifetime, I will say. And the weird thing is that I'm getting the same feeling with Mbappe. Whenever I watch him play, it's just mind-blowing. He's that talented already. I mean, last weekend I saw him play with France against the Netherlands, and even there, even though he came in late, he scored an incredible goal that makes me think that, wow, like this guy is just insanely good already. And some people were comparing him with Thierry Henry. Another guy took it even further. He said he might be the potential next Pelé, and I have to agree with that because he's that talented. And the weirdest thing about Mbappe is that when you watch him play, you kind of forget that this guy is not 27 years old and that is at his prime. This guy is only 18. He's a teenager. He still has probably like 6 years of development until we see like how good he's actually going to be. And that is unbelievable, just the fact that this guy is 18. So even though I don't believe any player is worth 180 million euros, I think that right now if I was to spend 180 million euros in a future star, I will definitely have to go with Mbappe. And it's not even close to the next guy. And the best signing of the summer goes to Neymar. Now, there was definitely a before and after the Neymar transfer. I think that the Neymar transfer might have changed the transfer market for the future. I mean, Neymar going to PSG kind of took all those transfers that cost 50, 60 million euros to 100, 110 million euros. So it was definitely a big change. Now, like with the Mbappe transfer, the big question is Neymar worth 222 million euros? Now, to start this, I will say that if you put every single player that was transferred this summer in a ranking of who's the best player, doesn't matter about how much people pay for him, just who's the best player, Neymar will definitely be on top of that list. And the only two players that will probably be ahead of Neymar if they were probably transferred this summer would have been Messi or Ronaldo. That's the only two guys, definitely, as far as talent goes. Now, here's my question for you guys, right? And that is that if you were to create a club and you got 222 million euros to sign one player to lead that team, and you had to choose between Messi, Neymar, or Cristiano Ronaldo, which player will you choose? Now, here's the thing though, you cannot say I'm gonna choose Messi when he was 19 years old. No, you have to choose them right now. So right now, Messi is 30 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo is 32, and Neymar is 25. So which signing you think will be the best way to spend 222 million euros and to also make your team better for the future? For me, I have to go with Neymar, because right now Neymar is entering his prime. He probably has 9 years left of his career, while Messi probably has, I would say, maybe 5 years left, and Cristiano Ronaldo probably has like 3 years left. So even knowing Neymar might never be as good as Messi, or he might be as good as Cristiano Ronaldo, he's definitely the best signing in football right now because of the age difference between those two guys and Neymar. So is Neymar worth 222 million euros? I would say probably not, but if you were going to spend 222 million euros on a player, I would say Neymar is probably the best signing you can do on football right now. So yeah guys, that's my countdown. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a great day guys. Take care guys. Peace.